He was the guy, and that's one of the things that we're fortunate with this group is on any given night, we got a guy who can step up and make huge plays. And, I mean, what he did tonight was absolutely ridiculous. To come back in that fourth quarter, for us to be down the way we were. But that's who Max is. And it's as simple sometimes as chasing down a loose ball or, making an extra rotation. Like, Max never quits. And, we were down, and he had the same mentality. He wasn't going to quit. And he just kept making play after play after play on both ends.
You emphasized getting the 40 3-pointers tonight, and in the last series you had 7 straight all being 3-pointers that ended up winning you the game. How important is that shot for you guys, and how important was it down the stretch?
I mean, it was the difference. When you're getting 3, giving up 2, or getting a stop and getting 3, it's a momentum shifter, and it just cuts the game, so dramatically by possession by possession. If you're going, 2 possessions, you end up with 6 points. Like, it just piles on and piles on. And again, we want it to be a weapon for us.
Dara.
Was the Strus three-quarter shot exactly how you drew that up in the huddle?
That was the plan.
And, Donovan down the stretch was really big, making shots. Just, when you're firing like that down the stretch going against a team like Dallas where they've got their big scorers, what can a win like this do for your group?
It just continues to, boost confidence and create belief in what we're doing and in each other. And that, to me, is what, speaks volumes. Is like, we were down and very easily could have pitched our tent and got ready to go to Chicago tomorrow. But instead, guys figured out a way to dig down and overcome a lot. There was a lot of things down the stretch that they had to overcome that didn't have to do with just basketball.
Spencer
Davies, Cavs Insider. Just speaking to the bench tonight, I thought they gave you a solid boost. But Isaac, just again, he looks like he's found a niche, and there's just a comfortability there when he's on the floor. What do you think's allowed that to happen for him?
It's the trust that he's earned from his teammates because of all the things he does that you guys never see. And they're in the gym with him every single day, and they watch. And they've been together for time now, and they know that they can depend on him, and he knows his teammates depend on him. And he's just that type of person where he doesn't want to let people down. He knows where he fits with this team and how he makes this team a winner, and all he wants to do is go out and help contribute and help his teammates win games.
Yeah, it looked like Darius had a little bit more burst there in the fourth quarter. Obviously something you'd probably like to see and the organization likes to see because coming back from injury, it's probably not easy to get, knife into the thing in the same way that he was before.
Yeah, and again, you think about it, and it's one of those things because of the things that he's been through and, how many times he's been smacked in the face and knocked to the ground. Those are things that are in the back of people's minds, But, we know what he does, and I thought he did a great job of just being aggressive tonight. I thought, again, he kept putting pressure on the rim, kept getting hit by big guys, but he didn't stop. He was fouled over and over again, driving to the basket. Guys losing their verticality, going A to B, but he didn't deter him from going, and he just kept going and was aggressive. He got tackled at the end of the game. Beyond me, how that's missed at that point in the game. But he stayed with it and just continued to fight and help his team.
Joe?
59-footers aside, Strus with the 3 threes to get you guys back in it. I know last week you were saying that you're a different team, you're deeper, you added a couple pieces. What has Max brought to the table, and what, as you look ahead, think about April and May, what kind of difference can he make being in your life?
I think he makes a huge difference. And from the standpoint, and we'll talk about the basketball piece in a second, but the way that he plays the game with a determination, a never give in mentality and attitude, that inspires his teammates every single day. When he chases a loose ball, makes another rotation, runs into an action, doesn't get it, runs back into the action, doesn't get it. He just is relentless. And that elevates his teammates. And we talk about it before. It's everybody leads in their own way on our team. And he leads that way and people follow. The shot making, right, we talked about obviously, but he's an elite playmaker as well that I don't think people sell enough. He's great in that two-man game. When big guys jump on him, he finds our bigs in the pockets over and over again for layups and dunks. And then again, his determination and grit on the defensive end, I think, also has been undersold. So, long list of things, but that's it.
Did you? I mean, everything happened so fast, but you guys were down 10. It looked like maybe some of the body language was so until he caught fire. Did it feel like he snapped everybody else kind of back?
Yeah, and again, like to the point, he never quits, right? So him never quitting is his leadership style. And when he came in and sparked the way he did and kept going, everybody else followed suit. And I just think like that's who he is and that's what he means to this team. It's more than just the basketball stuff that we see. You know, I mean, it's impressive, to be honest with you, and it just means so much to our group.
Last one, yeah.
JD, you had mentioned pregame. It's a point of emphasis for you guys to get a presence in the paint and spray out to the perimeter. And obviously, people are going to notice the 43-point attempts. You guys hitting 50% of them. But were you satisfied with how you guys are getting those looks? Because it was a product of dominating on the inside and then spreading back out.
Yeah, I think we did a good job of just reading the game also and moving the basketball. I think 17 of our first 20 baskets were assisted. So we did a great job of just sharing and creating for others. Typically that has to do with getting to the paint first. But also I thought they read the pick and roll. You know, to start some of that, they were dropping back and our guards had opportunities to walk into some of those threes too. So we want to be versatile in the way we create them. But again, we want to put the pressure on the paint every game to start the action, force rotations, and then create easy open ones.
And Luka's obviously an MVP caliber player, but Donovan was matching him shot for shot at points tonight. Do you think that's just another feather in Donovan's cap and why he should be an MVP candidate?
Yeah, I mean, I think he should be an MVP candidate because he's impacting winning at a high level. And to me, that's what the MVP should be about, is guys who impact winning at the highest level. And how do you argue that Donovan's not that?
Okay, let's go wrap
Thank
it up.
y'all.